This is the TM Cup Series. I'm your host, Cynon 44, and this is race 13 of 17 in the British Columbia, which by the way is in Canada. The pole winner was the 48 of Lauren Beatty. Beatty's successes in the TM Cup Series have come mostly at the larger tracks, the restrictor plate races and the mile-and-a-half speedways. The 48 car took the lead early. The number 2 car was driven by Mike Whitmore this week. The 2 car will not be driven by Kelly Dawson at all for the remainder of the season. Justin Brooks will drive in 3 races, and then Tony Durbin will drive in the season finale. The 98 car, the championship leader, Alexis Rainsford, started in 21st and was working her way forward. Jessica Dalton made her debut in the 24 car, and you see she was running extremely close to Tony Durbin, and that did not warrant happy comments from Tony Durbin. In fact, he was cursing at his spotter. Caution 1 was on lap 7. Johnny Ada, the defending series champion, gets into Mike Hammond Jr., sends Haley Broughton on the wall, and a huge brawl ensues. I see Paul Calhoun in it. I see there's Kathy Bates in the back, Jennifer Evans, the 13, Scott Bates, the 3. I see Paul Calhoun there, and that's Stuart Sandoval, the 45. We're going to look at some amazing driving by Lewis Kingston, which is right in front of Alexis Rainsford. There's the wreck. Look at the 84, the rookie stripes in front of Rainsford. That's no rookie driving. Good move by Lewis Kingston. Kingston, a historically safe driver. Let's go on board with Collin Reed here in the 30. There's the mess happening in front of him. Reed going to try to get through it. And is he going to do it? Oh, gets into the side of Calhoun and into the wall. Some damage on the 30 car, which will hamper him for the rest of the race. There's an overhead view now. We're looking at Stuart Sandoval specifically. There's John Broughton, his team owner, giving him a ride on his roof. The 45 car would finish 41st because he would not be able to get back to his pit stall. The 75 would end up finishing 42nd. Colin Evans in the 7 car led on the restart up until the next caution flew, which is on lap 13. Evan Coldis in the 31, you're going to see him in the middle. He's going to get sideways there between Tommy Vercetti and Colin Evans. He's going to spin around the 87, collects Avery Holtzman. Lewis Kingston again getting through it. Alexis Rainsford in the 98 car is collected. Now you're going to see the rest of the field coming in. There's Ryan Moody going for a ride in his roof. You missed him off the top of the screen. We're going to see him again. Here's Ryan Moody getting hit by the 18 car, and over he goes. One day he could have made up in points, and he ends up getting wrecked. This wasn't a good day either for Colin Reed in the 30. You'll see why in a second. There's Reed getting clipped by the 21. There he goes onto his roof, courtesy of Jeff Ruddle. There's Ryan Moody sliding up to the outside. The only one of Rainsford's rivals that survived the wreck was James Lombardi. Here's what the 98 car saw. 98 car would go behind the wall and would not finish the race. There were so many cars that were wrecked, however, by this point, that the 98 car finished 20th in the race. See the 98 car, there's Jake Natali in the 40, Evan Coldis. On the restart, Bruno Battaglia's 51 Chevrolet got passed by Mario Marquez in the 00 on the inside. Marquez is a good super speedway driver, but he has not finished any super speedway race we've run so far. Caution 2 on lap 37. Bruno Battaglia gets wrecked by Chase Diggs, collects Mario Marquez. The 2 cars slide across the grass and hard into the turn 3 wall. That's a heavy hit, and it's a wonder that both drivers were able to get out of their cars. However, both needed to be assisted by medical personnel. There's another look from the Chase Diggs' car. They go sliding across the grass and up into the wall. The 4 car actually goes for a little bit of an air ride there. 4 car parking on the inside. Luke Smith in the 18 car, we're going to see, is not so lucky. There's the 18 car. He's going to run into Mario Marquez, and he's going to go behind the wall because of the damage he did to his own race car. On the restart, Andrew Browning in the 55 led a field of 10 cars in the lead draft and 3 cars trailing behind. Virgil McEngle in the 19 car only got faster as the race went on. Mike Whitmore in the number 2 car began to surprise people by blasting towards the front of the field. On the last lap, though, Justin Covert in the 03 was leading, and then the 24 making her debut, Jessica Dalton, passed him on the inside. Nobody could get anything on the 24, and Jessica Dalton, in her first career TM Cup Series start, went to victory lane. Dalton winning the race, Virgil McEngle in second, and Lewis Kingston in fourth. The 19 and then the 84. 1984, anyone? That book by George Orwell, just in case you didn't know that. Justin Covert in 4th, Andrew Browning in 5th, Mike Whitmore, second career start, in 6th. I might want to mention that Justin Covert is not qualified for a race up until now. Justin Brooks in 7th. He'll be driving the number 2 car next week. Drew Eisenman in 8th. DC Ada Jr. in 9th. And then Timmy Mack rounds out the top 10. And here are your top 10 in points. Alexis Rainsford still leads, 147 over James Lombardi. That lead is slowly shrinking. Collin Reed in the 30 car is 3rd with 183 behind. Ryan Moody in 4th, 206 behind. Bruno Battaglia, Drew Eisenman, Andrew Browning, both of them up. And how about Lewis Kingston sitting down there in 10th? That 84 car has made probably the best rally I've ever seen in the TM Cup Series. And he has just been surprising people lately. 2 third-place finishes. That 84 car is on a roll. And here's 11 through 20. John Broughton drops out of the top 10. He's now in 11th. Colin Evans in 12th. Lauren Beatty in 13th. Matt Shanowski in 14th. Justin Brooks in 15th. Mario Marquez, Timmy Mack, Johnny Ada dropping down to 18th. Scott Bates in 19th. And then Scott Head rounds out the top 20. 400 points out of 1st. That's off this week in the TM Cup Series. I'll see you next time.